More than 2,500 years ago, in the bustling streets and quiet courtyards of ancient China, a humble teacher named Confucius walked among farmers, merchants, and kings. He didn't command armies or build empires, yet his words still echo across time, shaping how we think, love, and live. Why do his teachings still matter today? Perhaps because they speak not to the technology of our age, but to the heart of the human soul, unchanged through the centuries. Today, we journey through 20 timeless life lessons from Confucius, each one a lantern, lighting the way through the darkness of confusion, ambition, and doubt. Let's begin. Lesson 1. Lead by example. Confucius taught that true leadership begins with personal integrity. In his time, rulers who governed with fairness inspired loyalty, while those who ruled by fear bred resentment. In your life, whether you're leading a team or raising a child, your actions speak louder than any rule book. Show kindness, and kindness multiplies. Show discipline, and discipline grows. And speaking of discipline, Confucius believed there's another skill every person must master. Lesson 2. Master yourself before leading others. He warned, to lead others, you must first lead yourself. Think of a captain who cannot steer his own ship. How can he guide a crew? Self-control, patience, and emotional balance are the pillars upon which all influence stands. But balance is not found in solitude alone. It begins with harmony in another important place, your family. Lesson 3. Cultivate family harmony. For Confucius, the family was society's foundation. If a home is filled with respect, compassion, and honesty, it becomes a training ground for a better world. He urged children to honor parents and parents to guide with love. And when we step outside the home, Confucius offers a skill more powerful than wealth or rank. Lesson 4. Value education above all. Confucius lived in an age when education was a privilege, yet he believed it should be open to all who are willing to learn. To him, learning wasn't about memorizing facts, it was about shaping character and sharpening judgment. But learning alone isn't enough. It must be paired with something rarer. Lesson 5. Live with integrity. He believed that a person without integrity is like a tree without roots. It cannot stand in the storms of life. Confucius didn't separate moral character from success. He saw them as intertwined. And what is the first mark of integrity? The courage to speak the truth. Lesson 6. Speak with honesty. In an age of political schemes and gossip, Confucius dared to say, the superior man is modest in his speech, but exceeds in his actions. Honesty is not just about avoiding lies, it's about aligning your words with reality, even when it's uncomfortable. But honesty must be balanced with another great virtue. Lesson 7. Practice empathy. He taught that understanding another person's heart is more powerful than winning any argument. In the markets of Lu, Confucius would pause to speak to common laborers, treating them with the same respect as nobles. And from empathy springs the courage to... Lesson 8. Stand firm in your principles. In chaotic times, many abandon their beliefs to survive. Confucius urged the opposite, remain rooted, even when the winds of change blow fiercely. Yet strength of character is not about stubbornness. It's also about growth. Lesson 9. Commit to lifelong learning. For Confucius, the journey of the mind never ends. When I walk along with two others, he said, they may serve me as my teachers. Every person, every moment holds a lesson. And among those lessons, one stands above many. Lesson 10. Respect the power of ritual. In ancient China, Rituals were more than formalities. They were the rhythm of community life. Confucius believed rituals train the heart in humility, gratitude, and discipline, but rituals mean little if the heart holds resentment. Lesson 11. Let go of resentment. He knew that grudges chain us to the past. To forgive is not to excuse wrongdoing. It is to free yourself from the poison of bitterness. And when you are free inside, you can turn outward and... Lesson 12. Serve the greater good. Confucius called on leaders and citizens alike to act for the welfare of all, not just personal gain. A society flourishes when each person sees their role as part of something bigger. And in serving others, one must guard against a dangerous habit. Lesson 13. Avoid empty talk. He cautioned against speaking just to be heard. Words should be weighed like gold on a scale. If speech has no purpose, silence is better. And in that silence there is room for... Lesson 14. Patience in all things. Confucius observed that impatience ruins both friendships and fortunes. Like a farmer who plants seeds and waits for the seasons, we too must trust the slow work of life. And patience prepares us for the hardest task. Lesson 15. Accept life's imperfections. He taught that the world will never align perfectly with our desires. Peace comes not from control, but from acceptance. But acceptance doesn't mean inaction. It means choosing your battles wisely. Lesson 16. Strive for justice. Justice, for Confucius, was not blind. It was guided by compassion. True fairness considers both the letter and the spirit of the law, and to practice justice, one must have. Lesson 17. Moral courage. The courage to do what is right, even if it costs you comfort, friends, or safety. This is the bravery Confucius admired most, and such courage grows when we... Lesson 18. Keep good company. He warned that the people around us shape our character. Seek friends who challenge you to be better, not those who drag you down. But even in good company, there's one last truth. Lesson 19. Self-reflection is the key to growth. Confucius examined his own life daily. He believed self-awareness turns mistakes into teachers, not enemies, and that reflection leads us to his final, perhaps greatest lesson. Lesson 20. Live for harmony. Above all, Confucius sought harmony, not the absence of conflict, but the balance of human hearts in mutual respect. Harmony is the thread that binds all other virtues together. And so, across 20 lessons, we see a portrait of a man whose wisdom outlived empires. These are not just ideas for scholars. They are tools for living well today. If even one of these lessons touched you, let it guide your next decision, your next conversation, your next step forward. Which of Confucius's teachings speaks to you the most? Share your thoughts in the comments. I read them all. And if you enjoyed this journey into ancient wisdom, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss our next exploration into the minds that shaped history.